Hello, hello. Welcome back to Satisfactory. It has been quite some time. It's been a while, but glad to be back here. We are still working on the Space Elevator Phase 2. We have 389 of the smart plating that have yet to be produced, and honestly, I don't remember how many pieces we can still make with what's over here. Okay, so we've got enough for 26 of these in this machine, and enough for 27 of them in this machine. Looks like we are going to continue having problems based on not having enough rotors. So, we are going to have to do something about that, or we can keep kicking the can down the road like I've done for the entirety of ever playing Satisfactory. So we'll see what happens. Oh, hello. Boarded a flight, so won't be able to watch live, but glad to see you streaming Satisfactory today. We'll have a fun and safe time wherever you're going. Not going to be a super long stream, so most likely by the time you are landed, we'll be done. But always good to see you. Gary 1's got some stuff for us. Aluminum casings. We've got... Oh, get out of the way. You already gave you your thing. Nothing from Gary 4, nothing from Gary 2, and nothing from Gary 3, so I guess that was just a happy accident that first Gary actually had anything. Let's see if I've got... Okay, I have 32 rotors. I do have this one making 6 per minute. So in theory, in about 45 minutes, this should make enough rotors to finish what we're doing over here. Maybe a little bit less. So we'll just try to keep this as fluid as possible. I think it might not be a bad idea for us to do a little bit of exploring today. Try to find maybe another hard drive or so. As you know, it's going to take a while to get those plates made up, and we got plenty to do. And I don't really remember everything about what we were doing up until this point. Don't know if I've got that. Okay, I do. I got coal. I can use that to power this thing. I can't remember if I've unlocked these other vehicles or not. Nope, just the tractor. We do have hypertubes, but obviously I'm not going to be building a ton of those. I don't really have the materials for it. This still has some stuff in there. I guess that's useful. Let's top this up. Well, mostly. Take a look at the map. And let's see, we've been around a bunch over here. We have not really been this way. That's probably because we have a giant mountain range here. We could drive further over here. Probably not a ton left to see up here, if we're being honest, without going up on top of things. And I'm not sure how much further I could get somewhere like over here without doing too much. But I'll tell you what. Let's go up there anyway, and because we can follow this, and then this will get us up to the top, and I think there might be a way for us to drive up over that way. We will see what ends up happening. We have the technology. At some point we will have to come back and put more stuff in that machine. I think theoretically we've got about 15-20 minutes worth. Okay, we did do something over there. I can't remember exactly what that is. That might be concrete. I could also be completely wrong. Oh no, that was the copper thing. We're making cables and wires over there. Concrete is somewhere else. Yeah, but all this rock here is what's keeping us from going further south. But if we go to the top of it, we might be able to do something else. We got this guy we can just kind of ignore, so he can't hurt us while we're inside our little vehicle here. Factory beavers, yes indeed. No, this gets us right to the top of this ridge here. Yeah, if we go across, we don't really have a good way to do that without building a bridge, but we could, from here, without too much weeping or gnashing of teeth, make our way around to this area. And I know there's some more stuff over there. So, I don't know if I drive this down into the water here, this is going to turn into some sort of search and rescue operation. So what we're going to probably need to do is just construct a bridge. Hello. Yeah, we don't need to make it anything complicated. And if I hold this to the world grid, it's not really going to be that useful. So why don't we just do one of these numbers here? Let's put this in zoop mode. Go all the way across. Get back in. And just extend it. Does not need to be complicated. I'm not sure if that got us all the way across, but it'll get close enough. What in the world? Oh, did it get stuck on the wires? Really? Well, that's irritating. Alright, here's how we're going to solve that problem. Let's get our power pole and stick that on this side. I should be able to just duplicate this, and then I can get rid of the direct cable, no power loss. We'll just make our way across. Alright, we did need another, we'll go for 3. So we could have gone 2 10 spots all the way across and been fine. But that does the trick for right now. We got the gas pillars over there. We don't really want that. Those, I think, are rocks. There are some mycelia things that are going to act like that. Another lizard doggo that I absolutely am not walking all the way back down the hill. Good to know we got those up here. Although, it costs us nothing to go ahead and just tame this guy, and then if we run into him again, then he can give us some free stuff. So we'll just let that... You dog, get back here! Do you not want your pale berries? Come on, man. Come on. Get back here. Get back here. See, this is also kind of why I don't do this. They can be kind of a pain. Alright, come on. Alright, you don't want it? That's fine. That's fine. We'll just leave you alone. Don't worry about it. Now, getting back into this area, we do have, looks like, yeah, that's a power slug, and is that uranium? Or is that, no, that's sulfur. I know up here somewhere, I can't remember exactly where it is, but there is a thing of uranium. I think it might be around here-ish. That'll be useful to have later. For right now, I don't think we need to worry about that quite so much. That is a purple power slug inside those explodey bits. I don't know that I have... No, I did not bring any nobelisks with me. That's too bad. Now, as we get closer to this area, again, I don't want to fall off the... Aha! Crash site. Perfect. This forest has bauxite in it, and this is probably not too far away from where those nodes are located. I can't remember if I can... No, I cannot, because I have not researched that bit yet, but... I think there's also a coal node up here somewhere, pretty close to that. Okay, 354 meters over there. Yeah, there's more. These are normal. Is this a normal one? Yeah. Okay, so the bauxite might be right around here. But since we have found a crash site, that is a very appealing thing. Let's see. I've got my rebar gun. Do I have rebar? Survey says no. Not equipped. I've got iron rebar and I have shatter rebar. I think I would like to avoid single combat with those stupid things. But I also know that this is not a foolproof way of actually hitting anything, because you have to, you know, you have to account for the rod dropping. Okay, well that was the right spot. Probably should have done this slightly differently. Did that hit? No, did not. I should get the rifle at some point. Okay, that hit. Alright, let's hit that again. There we go. That one has been defeated. So we move up a tiny bit more. That hits. And there we go. Can you store ammo bombs in the dimensional depot and still access them without pulling from your inventory? I'm not sure. In terms of, you know, while you're using a weapon. I've never tried that. But I cannot imagine that it is impossible to put these things in the dimensional depot. So I'll tell you what. Let's put some iron rebar in the dimensional depot and see if it will pull out. Because, again, there's no harm in doing that. So there is iron rebar. I've got 2 in the dimensional depot. If I hit reload, it does not seem like it wants to let me do that. And I think, I can't remember what the hotkey is to switch ammo types on this. I've never been able to figure that out. Yeah, but it's not letting me take the rebar out from the depot. Hold R. Yeah, it's not even showing because I don't have a single one in my hand. So maybe the better question is if I had... I don't want all my iron rebar out, but I guess I have to. If I had one of these in the thing, and then I put the rest into the depot, if it would automatically pull from that, that would be very interesting. Or if it just decides to switch to the shadow rebar. Is there another enemy over here? I don't think there is. Okay, we've got quartz, looks like. I do want to grab that because I don't have a quartz node yet. Alright, this is... No, that's coal. Alright. Okay, I don't see something... Ah, there is one. Okay, well, I have a single regular rebar. That's that guy stretching. That's what that noise is. Alright, so that activated it, and it is not wanting to reload. Okay. Well, we learned something. No, 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 no. I waited too long and it closed up. Alright, so we took care of that. Let me grab my whacking stick here. They can't get me if I'm underground, underwater. But they will just as soon as I surface. Alright, anybody else over here? No? Alright. Let's grab these hatcher remains. Because I can use those to make stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff in here. We've got Caterium, we've got all the parts we can disassemble. What does this want? 20 plastic. That is unfortunate. I don't think I have any in my... Yeah, I should have uploaded some. I know I had a tiny bit. What's up? Yeah, finally catching a live stream again. I haven't live streamed in a while. It's been very busy, which I'm absolutely certain you can relate to. Right now, just kind of running around seeing whatever we can pick up. I don't have any plastic, which is what this needs. But if I go to the map and I mark this, and I say that it needs 20 plastic, if I can spell correctly, that way we will know that this needs 20 plastic. Alright, now there's going to be some stuff that is going to be good to pick up, but I don't have vision underwater, so I can't really see if there's anything sitting here unless I'm right on top of it. Okay, coal I don't really need, but I will take if I can get close enough without swimming. Nope, not quite. There's got to be like a single like pixel worth of standing I can do here that's going to let me do this without... Almost. Almost. No, this is the content you crave. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it. Well, that's too bad. Let's just dismantle the rest of what we can get, since that's going to give us some materials. And grab that Caterium, and then we'll have to come back when we have 20 plastic to do this. Jump on top of what? Oh, are you talking about this? Okay. I don't know why I didn't suss that out. There we go. That works. Alright, now that we're underwater, anything under here? Nope. That works, and I'm going to do the same thing with this Caterium over here, if I can actually get on top of it. It might not let me do that. There we go. Alright, so now that we've taken care of that, I'm going to grab these pale berries. You know, always good to have those. I would imagine, since we are not going to be back here for a while, when we do come back, there will be those hatchers again. But at least we did not have to worry about that this time. Alright, we are, like I said, at the edge of the red forest, or whatever you want to call it. We could go up into there a little bit. Driving there to there, I probably can do that along that edge, but there's a lot of gas over there. Don't know that we really want to mess with that. But it would be good to check out some other things. Okay, there's more quartz there. We definitely want to get that. Is there any more quartz? So that's the one major resource I don't really have a decent supply of yet. Looks like just sulfur, which, hey, sulfur is useful. We'll grab that. And then we got the spitters up there. Thought I saw quartz. No, that is copper. That is not quartz. Okay, I hear cats. That's a bad sign. Or I guess a good sign, depending on what you're looking for. I don't really care about getting that iron there. But I do absolutely want the quartz. As soon as the number of the, I can't move my mouse to point it because it points the camera. Smart plating stops going up, which I think it's probably stopped going up. We probably should go back and refill that machine. But since we were already up here, if there's anything else worth doing that is in eyesight, we should probably do that. I don't think the answer to that question is yes, but see if I can get around this side. Yeah, I'm not seeing a crash site. I'm not seeing much. I do hear the cats, which means we got spiders everywhere. Oh, that is a Mercer sphere. That is worth getting. It just becomes an issue of getting across without getting annihilated. So, you already know what time it is. It's going to be time for us to get this rotated correctly. Just make our way across as soon as that builds. And I've got 3 of these rebar guns. It's much easier to deal with these without having to go over there. Yeah, let's just get that. And they will come over here, but it's much easier to deal with them when you're not right on top of it. Alright. Is that going to overshoot it? No, it is not. Very good. We'll go ahead and grab this while they're taking their sweet time flying over here. Alright, so those got removed. You gonna fly over here? You gonna do it? You gonna do it? Alright, that works. There's probably another one of those sitting over here somewhere behind something. Somehow I managed to get hit by all of those. Great job, me. Alright, big old sulfur thing. We were absolutely gonna get that.
Follow the veins to the altar and chant.
I will do no such thing. I'm here to harvest. Okay, we're gonna have to climb up. Just make sure there's nothing else up here. Does not seem like there's anything worth noting. Just a bunch of leaves. Well, take a moment to look. Okay, just interesting looking, legally distinct pine trees, I suppose. Now, can I just put in a ramp to get high enough to do that? Oh, I'm in zoop mode, that's why. It's been a while since I have played this.
Look through the window.
There's no window. We're outside. Okay. Well, I don't think we're going to have to come back over here again, so let's just recollect all of these things as we go back. I should just be able to bulk select all of this. Make sure I'm not standing on anything. Alright. Oh, of course, mass dismantle will not work pointing through all this. Have to actually do that. And then that right there, that's all the pieces. Very good. Alright, now we have to go back. But I'm glad that we took the extra 5 seconds to look for that, because it's always nice having those. There we go. Okay, we talked about that. I don't remember exactly how we got across this lake, so I may end up in slightly the wrong spot. Ah, there it is. There's that lizard doggo that refused my berries. Can ignore that and move on. Alright, now carefully getting on top of this, because I didn't want to build a ramp. There we go. And I'm pretty sure I have plastic back at the base. We might just come right back here and try to get that hard drive out. Probably would be worth maybe putting in a hyper tube to get up here. We'll see. At some point, hopefully soon, we're going to have to get a vehicle that can go faster than 69 kilometers per hour on straight and level track. We got roads. We don't need to go where those roads go, currently. They'll be useful when we finally set up automation. So, let's do this. Let's talk to the Garys real quick. Not with weapons. There we go. Because surely enough time has passed where we can get something. 27 bags of silica, thank you, Gary. We are now full up on inventory slots. Rifle ammo that I cannot get. Well, that's unfortunate. Don't have room for that. That's fine. Okay, I can get rid of the wood. Do not care about the wood. This is not really a great thing to get. Rifle ammo, though. I will take that any day of the week. Alright, let's come back over here so I can actually reset where I'm aiming. Gary 1's empty, Gary 2 is empty. I think it was 3 and 4 that had something. Yeah, don't really need the quick wire, but, did this just pick something else up? No, it was a rifle ammo. Okay. Well, what's going to happen, because I do want them to reset that, is we're going to have to find a spot to put all this stuff. I've got extras. Wait a minute. I had rotors in my inventory. Oh, that was what we picked up from the thing. All right. Does the spear give you enough to upgrade the depot size? I am not sure. We're going to check. I feel like there's very specific things I should be doing with those. 135 of these is going to make us, well, another 135. That is a big, big help speeding things up. I needed to make room so I could get this stuff to get those guys, getting us another set of things. And then we can go and take care of the rest. I just need to make sure these get gone. I love how they all turn at the exact same animation. It's hilarious. Okay. That's done, and that's done. Thank you, Garys. Let's make our way over here through the rat's nest of dumb factory. Ah, yes, of course. How could I be so foolish? Well, I'm just going to shove some quick wire into this because why not? This being the awesome sink. I'm going to go put the rest of these in there, and that should get us pretty close to 1,000. It's not going to be perfect. But we'll take a look at that. Then we'll take a look at the Mercer Sphere situation. Alright, so now we have 210 of these left. I've got a gap of almost 300, but these machines should be decently buffered. Yeah, we'll be close. We will have to put some more in here, but not for a while. That'll run pretty nicely. Okay, let's take a look-see at our technology tree. Alien technology. Alright, I have not unlocked the respawn toilet yet. This can't even get to. So depot expansion, I have to have 3 Mercer Spheres. Depot upgrade for upload speed, I have to have 3. I have 1 in hand. I don't know that I have any stored in here. I have 1, so no, I do not have enough to do either of those things presently. And this respawn toilet is also just 1, but I don't plan on dying anyway, so nobody ever does, right? I have the manual thing already unlocked. Okay, so we don't need to worry about this for the time being. Zipline thing is pretty cool. I just chucked all of this into the awesome sink. Hold on, let's grab a stack and just research this real quick. Even though I don't really have, you know, a need to do this, this is a useful thing to have. Upgraded power connectors is the thing that's going to allow us to do daisy chaining.
When equipped, the zipline facilitates travel along power lines, regardless of whether the line is powered. Note, based on previous Pioneer events, Fixit recommends not using zip lines during thunderstorms and typhoons, or while drinking coffee.
Noted. Probably will do that anyway. Power switch is useful. Don't have the AI limiters for that. Don't have the power connectors for that because we don't have enough plastic. But if we have any amount of plastic, which I am not sure we do, then I probably should use it for... Oh, okay, I have 17. We need 20. So the only chance we have of getting that is if we get into oil, which is not happening until after we complete Phase 2, or if one of the Garys finds some more plastic for us. I think that's where that came from. Or it could have been on the ground. Alright, stun rebar, don't really care about that. I really want the upgraded power connectors. I really want those. Okay, homing rifle ammo is useful. Sulfur, I almost have enough to get black powder unlocked, then we can make nobelisks, so we get expanded tool belts useful. Power generation, one of these is... I believe one of these is rifle ammo. Not entirely sure. Okay, quartz. The Explorer is a good vehicle. I just have to have 2 more frames for that. But here, I did not think we were that close to, whatever. Okay, I don't need the Blade Runners researched because I did find those in the Lizard Doggo Cave, but at some point we're going to want to do that. Inflated pocket dimension's a good thing. Shadow rebar is okay. Radio signal scanning is very useful. But I do not have 100 of those crystal oscillators, so on and so forth. Yeah, there's probably plastic at hard drive locations. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to go hunting for those, but I wanted to come back and make sure we're good with all the other things. Alright, what else is in here? Okay, I do have enough components to go ahead and research, what was it? Was it under quartz? Yeah, the Explorer. This is a better vehicle for, well... exploring. It just doesn't have a whole lot of cargo capacity, but it can go faster, and it can, in theory, climb better slopes. It used to be able to basically go straight up a vertical face, but I think they fixed that. Well, if we were able to make bombs, I would certainly put them in here, but we currently cannot. Let's see. Probably not a bad idea to go ahead and take these food items that we don't really need and just get those uploading so I can take more space here. I do want to see if I've got any more sulfur. I can't remember. I do. Okay. Okay. Because having the explosive stuff is going to be great. Alright, so black powder. I'm going to get that unlocked. Smokeless powder needs plastic.
Research completed. Black powder recipe unlocked. New sulfur research available.
Yes. So I need to make 50 black powder. I believe it is just sulfur and coal. I might be able to make 50 of that. But I should go and get some more steel pipes, which are maybe in the storage on the car. No. I only have these. Alright, well. That's kind of my fault. Do I have an... Aha! I love it when a plan comes together. Alright, now I just need the 50 of that. I know we have to make the powder in the equipment workshop. Alright, I can make 60. I only need 50. So let's just do this real quick. Get that research done. These are going to be really, really useful to have. Alright, so that's 50. It's going to get me the detonator.
Detonator and basic Nobelisk unlocked. Most obstacles can be cleared with the basic Nobelisk. It is most effective against organic material and is able to destroy small boulders and porous rock. Deployed Nobelisks will stick to the first solid surface they touch and queue on the universal detonator. If you do not recall the order in which you deployed the Nobelisks, remember Fixit does not take responsibility for any harm caused due to human error, even if those errors are genetic.
Well, there you go. There's a lot more stuff we can get into, but having the ability to use the detonator is going to be great, and that's something that we could immediately make use of. Object scanner. Okay, well, let's make just one more of these instead of me putting the one I'm already using in there. And then go ahead and make this. I think I have some Nobelisks in storage. We'll find out. Yes, indeed. Things that go boom. Always a fun time. What is in the box? I have 5 normal ones. I've got 3 nuke ones, 6 pulse ones, and then I think there's a gas one I don't have. But now I do, in fact, have the boomsticks. So, well, technically, there's another thing that would be more appropriate to call a boomstick. Let's not have a weapon in our hands talking to the doggos. Alright, alien carapace. Cables. Nothing. And nothing. Alright, well, that's fine. Let's just quickly convert some of these alien things. We can shove those in the awesome sink and get a couple points for the DNA cartridges. I probably should automate this, honestly. But for now, I think we are fine. Okay, stick those 7 in there. We're probably pretty close to having another... Oh, we have 6 coupons. But this will definitely get us 1 more coupon, and then part of the way to the next one. Okay, 7 printable coupons. I don't really have anything I need to buy right now that I know of. Let's find out. I don't really need a factory cart yet. I don't have much of a factory. Don't need to get the statues. I don't have Mark III wall outlets. I mean, I could... Probably, honestly, at this point, would be more interested in... Not that. I have most of the foundations. Ooh, the elevator's a good one. Don't really have a use for it yet. Things for making roads would be smart. Don't care about the coffee cup. 25 Nobelisks for 1 ticket. It's pretty good, but I'd rather hold on to the tickets until I absolutely... Whoa... I forgot you could do this. Now, you might be wondering, why would I want to do this? To take 4 tickets and get 100 high-speed connectors. Well, you may recall that there is a... Is that under Caterium? Yes. Upgraded power connectors are going to allow us to daisy chain things, which is so convenient. So I guess this is where you guys have to tell me how you feel about doing this. Because I said for milestones and space elevator stuff, I was not going to manually make any parts. I was going to have those all automated correctly. Does this count as a milestone thing? The game is giving me an opportunity to purchase, with the help of all these things we fed into the crushing machine here. So I'll let you guys think about that for a second. Because I do have somewhere, I thought I had at least. Maybe I don't. Maybe I was just misremembering. I thought I had a bunch, or at least some already. We're at 800 of those. Let's come back and see if the other two Garys have anything. Take a look-see here. Nothing from Gary 1. Gary 4's got some iron plates. Thank you, Gary 4. Gary 3's got a purple power slug. That is a great one. Thank you, Gary 3. And nothing from the other two. That's fine. We can leave them alone for the time being. Stick our slugs in here. Don't need all the overclocking quite yet. I think I've got slugs in this one. We can probably take that. Yeah, there we go. Get that purple slug out of there. And there is rifle ammo in here already? Yes. Okay. Alright, so here's where we are. We've got a... Why is that draining? That should not be draining. We're not using any extra power. That should not be happening. Okay. Why? Did we lost a lot of power production. This is not supposed to be consuming 700 watts. Alright. Now I'm really curious about what's happened here. I think the game doesn't discriminate about it. They're the worst deals price-wise. I mean, yeah. It is objectively not a very good deal, but it is a pretty nice shortcut. Why am I losing power? Like, what in the last couple seconds has activated or deactivated to cause this to be a thing? Okay, that stopped at 827. No, it has not stopped. All right. Well, we have battery power for a reason. It is actually seeming like it's going to be fine. Well, we need more power anyway. That's one of the reasons why I really wanted to get Phase 2 done so we could start working on fuel. The road lights came on. The road lights use that much power? Oh, no. They look cool, though. They look so good. I guess that makes sense, because each one of these is 1 watt, I'm pretty sure. Or 1 megawatt, because that's what the game does. Alright, so I've got 78 left in here. This one has, come on, 68. You know, we're not that far off. Honestly. We really aren't. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I don't want to make extras of these if I don't have to. It's not the worst thing in the world, but I'll just put these 37 in there. If that ends up being not quite enough, which it probably will end up not being enough, then we'll deal with that at that time. Okay, that says 65. This one says 75. All right, well, that's easier math to do. That's 140. And I just put 38 in there, so that'll be a couple of extras. So I'll just take that out. Watch, it's gonna be like 998 or something now that I've taken that, but that's it's fine, is what it is. Would it be useful to add a coal power section to steel? Maybe? But coal power is rather annoying because you have to have the water set up correctly too. And when you get to the point where you're actually using fuel, then it doesn't end up really making sense to do anymore. I haven't gotten past Phase 2, so I can't use the fuel yet. Alright, I said we're going to go back up there if we got more plastic. We do not have plastic. Maybe the other Garys have something. 23 steel beams. Nothing, nothing, and what about Gary 2? Nothing. Alright, well that's fine. There's only so much lollygagging we can really do. I don't think I have any other research besides scannable enemies, which I do not care about. We need more Mercer Spheres for that. Gas nobelisks, not nobelisks. Synthetic polyester is a decent one if we're doing parachutes. We really could use another hand equipment slot. So why don't we see if there is one of those sticking around. I think there was one in Caterium. No, okay, I misremembered. We already knew about that one. Okay, I don't care about that. Power slugs, we already talked about. Quartz. Okay, this is inventory slots, not hand slots. We can do the Explorer. I was thinking about doing that. Ah, okay, it was the black powder. That I cannot do until I have more sulfur. Still has water to my nearby. Yeah, it does. It's just a matter of what's going to make more sense time investment-wise. Because honestly, once we get fuel set up, I don't want to do coal power ever again. I hate coal power. It's so annoying. It's really aggravating. Not that fuel is less aggravating. It's just, it makes more. Oh, hey, Josh. 3 years of beard efficiency. Well, I don't know that I'd call myself efficient, but it has been made better by you being here. So I do appreciate your support. You already know that. Okay, we can't get the rifle until we get the smokeless powder, and we can't do that until we have plastic. We're not going to get 50 plastic until we get the fuel stuff set up. But we do know that we have some amount of time to go off and do something else before we get the rest of the smart plating. Let's come back and see if the doggo's got anything else one last time. Okay, nothing from Gary 1, nothing from Gary 4, nothing from Gary 3, and Gary 2 also... Did I just bounce off the heads of these guys? That's funny. Very good. Alright, we need to just go ahead and move on. So now the choice at hand is, do we want to research the Explorer and then build it? Because I know that has other requirements that I might not have the materials for. Or do we want to just, you know, continue going with the tractor? Because I know at some point I'm definitely going to want this. So why don't we just go ahead. Wow, there's 163 people in here. That has never happened in a Satisfactory stream. Thanks for being here.
Explorer unlocked. This personnel transport vehicle facilitates rapid traversal of difficult terrain and climbs like a mountain goat that has returned from extinction.
You used to climb better. Alright. Now, if we go in here... oh, I have everything to build this. Good. There you go. Kind of looks like a Moon River type of thing, but we do have a little bit of space. Until we have fuel, then the coal is going to be the best we can do with this. That's the easiest thing to get, at least. I can't remember if this is more or less fuel efficient than the tractor is. But for now, I think we are okay. I've got some concrete. I've got basic stuff. Okay. This thing's just so much better. Except when it's not. Alright, let's go back this way because I do think this has a lot of promise up here. I do think I like the old sound file a little bit better for this. This just kind of sounds like a... like stock footage of like a B-29 or something. Whoa! What? Hold on. Whoa, that did not used to do that. You used to be able to just drive over these guys. What? What in the world was that? Okay, alright. Note to self, don't do that again. Because I remember just, like, plowing through these guys with no issue. Like, just like that, but with the big ones. That's what I'm saying. MVP dead tree. Don't go off the side. Now instead we're just wall riding. Like, what? Come on. They've done something with the vehicle physics that is just horrendous compared to what it used to be. Never quite figured out what they actually changed. There's that lizard doggo that does not care about us. I'm not going to run him over, though, because that's mean. Alright. We are back up here, and now... We have a fun toy. You know what we can do with this? So. Somehow that still worked. I am kind of surprised. Okay. I should not be handling ranged explosives. Are you serious, dude? I gotta use 4 of these things to do anything with this? That's what it is. Alright, so now I have, hopefully, more than one of these things down here. Or it's literally just the purple power slug? Alright, whatever. I got to play with my exploding toys. That's good enough. Alright, let's get up on top of this. Alright, well that was worth coming over here. Probably should go get back in the car, and I should have made... That one's Quaterium, right? Yeah. I should have made more of these Nobelisks, because I know we're going to have more stuff to explode, and, one purple power slug objectively is not... No, that's copper. Why did I think that was Quaterium? What kind of... They put, like, baby oil on the tires of this thing or something. Like, what's going on, man? Alright, so that is, yeah, that's sulfur down there. That's, yeah, it's limestone. I will go ahead and grab this. Is this an alpha hog? Yes. Okay. Well, this might not be fun in a second. Oh, never mind. I just forgot I was here. Alright, I hear the cats again. Well, if we have sulfur, and we have coal, then we can make black powder, and then we can make Nobelisks. So, might be worth pulling this back out. Oh. Don't tell me the Mercer Sphere is up there. Okay, it doesn't seem like it is. But somewhere over here, there is a Mercer Sphere. Oh, look at that! It's a tape! Remember those? Which one is it? Songs of Conquest. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what. We need to figure out where those kitties are and not go over there. Let's go ahead and grab this Quaterium because it's here. Oh, and there's more quartz. That is worth coming up here. Okay, we're at 933. Okay, that is continuing to go up. Come on. Let me stand on this thing. Songs of Can I stand on this? I can. That's objectively kind of funny. Anyway, so now I got an achievable. Thank you for the music. Find and gather a boombox tape in the world. Did not know that was a thing. That must have been a 1.1 or 1.0 feature that they added. Wait, there's copper under this? Okay, why not? Okay. More Quaterium. The count has stopped at 941. Nope, never mind. It just went up. When my sisters and nieces were little, they found a tape and asked us what it was. It made us both feel old. Yeah, I bet. I haven't owned a car with a working tape deck in a really long time, but I kind of miss it. I had a adapter that would plug into my iPod or my Discman, but that was great. Now you have to have Bluetooth, and the thing never connects the first try, and it's super annoying. Okay, where are these stupid things coming from? Because I can hear them, but I can't see them. Are they in there? Okay, Mercer Sphere. Oh, hello, friends. Alright. Come up here where I can smack you. No, 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 no. Get back here. Okay, there's that. Is there another one of you, or is that it? Tell you what, I'm almost more annoyed by the cat sounds than I am worried about the what's going to happen to me thing. Where is this stupid thing? It's got to be underground. Like, it has to be. But I don't know of any cave system over here. I guess that will have to be something I look for later. Yeah, that is the only possible explanation. Oh, like this cave? The one that we're right next to? Alright. Maybe I should have unlocked the respawn toilet. So I know I can, Can I, crouch defeat spiders? 3D printed save icons. No, 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 no. Oh, no, no, no. Alright, now that we're in a Meow Mix commercial. There it is. There it is. Where are my kitties? Come on out. You know you want to.
Follow the veins to the altar.
Oh, hello. You gonna, you know, try to come up here and mess with me? Or you gonna stay down there? Oh, you want to say hi? Is that what you want to do? Alright. Let's not mess this up.
Defile the scripture.
Oh, don't fall off that. Alright, well, you know what? We collected what we came for, and we do not need to worry about the rest of these guys. So, bye-bye. So that means that we now... Actually, I should grab some of this. We now have enough of these Mercer Spheres to do a little bit more research. We can either increase our speed or our capacity for the... what do you call them? I know, very technical term. Alright, that was worth doing. And we're at 975. It's still going. Still don't have any plastic. This is probably far enough for us to go back and get the car. Let's see. Yeah, you can still hear those things underground even though you can't see them. Okay, we're at 980 out of 1,000. Now go up the side of the... Come on. There you go. Okay. Yeah, let's just take a quick trip up here so we know what's upstairs. Okay, that's the crash site. We already knew that. I can't remember if this was possible to navigate this way or if this is just another cliff. I think it might just be another cliff. Well, the Explorer is specifically designed to do stuff like this. But I need to be able to make sure I can get back up, and I'm not confident I can do that if I go that way. And we are... Okay, we're looking east, northeast. Well, seeing how we are already over here, we should utilize the remaining time that we have before we need to go back to just verify there's nothing else immediately accessible. Like up there, I think I already built across that. This is going to cry and scream about falling down, but it's not going to get destroyed because these vehicles don't do that. The day they add vehicle destruction is going to be a very sad day. That's going to really mess up the way I play the game. Ooh. Ooh, I can blow something up here. The question is going to be, how do I do this without getting deleted by this thing? Why is it so fast? These are not supposed to be that quick. Oh, hello, explodey dude. Alright, he's dead. He's not. This may have ended up being a bad choice. No, come back here. If you're gonna talk stuff, you got to be able to take it. Come on. Is that all that took to kill that thing? All right, so this has very quickly kind of gone south. Oh. That thing was not dead. It just got moved. All right. Holy stuff. All right. Now I think it's actually dead. All right. Now you, sir. Thank you. Now, it is with extreme caution that I have to place this.
Witness.
'Cause I have accidentally deleted myself before. Those long-time viewers will remember that. Alright. Did I get all three of them at once? Oh, look at this lucky day.
Consume.
Consume, yes. And bauxite.
The mimic tapestry grows in the shallows and the clouds, but not through the windows. What is your root?
I have no roots, nor do I operate on
I knew that was coming.
But perhaps you mean something akin to the human saying, my point of origin is Earth. I was created by specific individuals of the human race.
Incompatible music.
Did I say something wrong, or did you not understand?
You cannot be shallow deep. The ripples you cast into the void have no skin.
It seems I may have said something paradoxical. Interesting.
Alright, well that was productive. Alright, and there's no Mercer Spheres here. What about summer sloops? I've not been looking. Okay, apparently there's a summer sloop in that direction. We probably want to get that. And we've made our 1,000 smart plating. That's good news. Okay, so we wanted to go that way to try and find a summer sloop. I don't know if that's the way we just came. It might be. But it's worth checking anyway. Alright, now, the old Explorer used to be able to do this with no issue. Okay. That works. Don't tell me this thing's back in this cave we just came out of. So I would have seen it. Alright. Seems to be down there. Alright. Well, I'm not going anywhere without my car, so we're going almost... spoken like a true American. Let's see if I can get down here without it. Camera, what are you doing? Ah! Well, that is probably where that is. Oh, hello. You want to square up? Is that thing dead yet? Okay, good. Something tells me the summer sloop is gonna... No, it's not. Okay. Alright. Well, I guess we have to come back to this. I'm gonna leave a spot on the map down here. We'll call this Explode This Wall. There we go. What kind of icon do I want to put on this? Do I have an explosion icon? Not really. We'll call that Exit Door. Alright, well. Let's attempt to find where that summer sloop was. Maybe it's up there. It might not actually want me to do... No, it's... Is that thing activated? Yes. Alright. Let's just get back in the car. It must be over here. It's so disorienting to get back in the car. So it's that tree almost north. Okay. Well... Easiest way for us to do that is going to be to just put this in a spot where I can actually get back to it. And then, I guess just walk over here. Don't fall off. Yeah, it's gotta be. Gotta be over there. Well, that is what foundations are for. Can I, or am I going to have to start from here? I'm going to have to start from here. Now where, maybe I shouldn't use the 4 meter, I'll use the 1 meter. I want this to be going basically that direction. Doesn't matter if it is in the world grid or not. Oh. So that has very quickly, I guess, come this way. All right, well. Trial and error is easy way to solve problems. All right, so it's not that direction. It says it's this direction. We go this direction. It's not there, which means it's not there. Which means it's down there. Which means it's probably behind the door that I said it wasn't behind. Because it's a cave system. All right. Since we are here, let's take a look. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, that is a purple power slug. That's not a crash site. Sometimes they're up in tall spots. I do know that. Yeah, I can't see anything there. There's most likely... Is that an exploding rock? It is. Okay, we already know there's a bunch of stuff over there. We got the gas pillars we don't want to mess with. Alright, well, this seems like it is pretty firmly into the territory of we will do this later. Still going to do some exploring. We do have the Phase 2 space elevator complete, so we should go back and take care of that. And, you know, depending on how much more time I want to spend doing this today, maybe get started on oil. Because I know we're pretty close to the oil sands, oil islands, whatever you want to call them. I know different content creators have their own names for those things. I don't. Let's call it whatever makes sense. Alright, sure. Alright, this is not quite as forgiving as the tractor is. Why don't you just build a ramp piece? Very good suggestion. I think we're going to have to. Hunting for oil is like a true American. Well, like an even truer American, I already know where it is. I pre-scouted. Well, it doesn't move unless you have the relocatable nodes, but that was not a thing until this update anyway. Right, now that we're out of the fog and everything, we can actually see where we're going. I don't want to drive everywhere else, so we'll just go off the side. How does this always land on these tree trunks? That is unbelievable. Okay, that's hilarious that it does that. Anyway, now it is time to go and activate Space Elevator Phase 2. We get to have a little bit of an animation there. And I'm very curious how many extra plates we have. Not that many. Okay, we did pretty well. So we got 3 extra, 4 extra, 5 extra. No. 7. No. 7 extra. Alright, now there is a little control console somewhere. We might as well... There we go. Might as well use this. Completed, completed, completed. Let's seal it. And... send it.
Welcome to the project.
Shut up, Ada.
Progress
Ah,
presentation.
all right.
Congratulations.
I guess we get to watch a video.
The Phase 2 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 2 will be completed and the construction dock will be constructed. After completion of Phase 2, the technologies of Tiers 5 and 6 will become available in the hub. These might feel intimidating after your previous experience, but rest assured that you would not be here if you were entirely incompetent. Highlights are oil production, railway transportation, the jetpack, and many more. Completing Phase 3 of project assembly is your next main objective. Just remember to focus on producing and delivering the project parts, and Fixit's faith in you will be strengthened.
Okay. Now we can send it.
Phase 2 of project assembly completed. You have been performing more adequately under pressure and are closer than ever to saving the day. Perhaps you were the right choice for the job. Time will tell. You will now enter Phase 3 of project assembly. Continue as you are, and there should be no issue. For humanity. For Fixit.
Alright, so we got a little bit of a improvement addition here. Not too shabby. And the next parts are... Oh, yikes. I forgot how annoying this was. 2,500 for style framework. 500 modular engines. Those have to be made in a manufacturer, I'm pretty sure. And adaptive controlling is the same thing. But the versatile framework, I'm pretty sure, is an assembler piece. Yeah, so we can actually just go ahead and reconfigure this. Modular frames and steel beams. So did that give me the pieces back in my inventory? It probably did. It might actually not have. Let's... Nope, I can't do that from down here. Let's check up top. There's nothing. Okay, well, I'm not going to know unless I get rid of this, so let's just disconnect both of those, and then we'll just reconnect them just to be safe. Conveyor lift mark 1. Here to there. And there to there. I do like that these actually mesh now. That was not a thing before, and it was very annoying trying to do this. Okay. Modular frames and steel beams. 75 per minute. Oh, because this is at 250% clock speed. I don't know that we need to do that anymore. That being said, there's 2,500 of these, and I do not want to wait that long. So, whatever the steel beam one is, I think that's going to end up being the bottom, because that's going to be the easiest to upgrade this. Alright, 75, which means the trunk lines are going to have to be Mark 3s, and these are going to have to be Mark 2s. Well, that's no big deal. Okay, so the steel beams go on the bottom. We have tons of those, and up top goes the, what do you call them? Modular frames. Alright, now that we know that's a thing, we can get that started where we're going to have to refill it a bunch of times, but I am very curious how they have changed the rest of these. Oil processing, Mark IV logistics, fluid packaging and oil processing kind of go together. And then petroleum power, obviously. Okay, this should not be that difficult to get set up. But the petroleum powers might take a while. Oh, trains, my beloved, we will get to you soon. We will get to you soon. Jetpack's cool. I'm going to say we should start oil processing first. And we need 50 motors, 100 encased industrial frames, and beams. I'm sorry. That's a different thing with the frames. Steel pipe and copper sheets. Well, we're making steel pipe, and I think I have a thing set up making copper sheets. We'll have to go investigate. But before that, I do want to make sure... Oh, I only have 50 of these? All right. I am going to have to modify this. I'll tell you what, maybe I just ignore this for a while because I have a bunch of reinforced iron plates. I'm pretty sure I have an alternate recipe for the frames. I do. I have bolted frame and I have this regular thing. Alright, that's 5 per minute. still uses reinforced iron plate and uses screws. I've got this going in here. This is taking in screws already. So why don't we do a very ugly thing and change this to be no, because I'm using those. I should just use the regular recipe. We're not in a rush. I already have that going in. So instead of using the screws to go in here, I will have to very carefully find the tiniest sliver of this to select. You know what? I don't think it's going to let me do it. Yeah, I'm just going to do that. So what we will do here is we will allow these to back up. And now we're going to have to create some spaghetti. What is this? 200 and good lord. We're not making enough for that. So let's go back down to 140. Yeah, I'm going to have 7.5 coming out of here. This is only making 5. Alright, well, I need to be able to actually do everything that I'm supposed to be doing here. I have to go... There we go. Funny number. Alright, so I only need 92 per minute. That is attainable, and then I just have to... Why can I... There we go. I just have to have this, instead of going into here, reroute to the back side of this. Now, before you say, you made ugly spaghetti, I just want you to know that, yes, I did make ugly spaghetti. But it's for a reason. Okay, that goes there, that goes there. I'm going to end up having to just reconnect this. There we go. You will note that at no point do these conveyors clip through or into each other. They are perfectly functional, and they are beautiful just as they are. So, this is going to go in here very slowly and make modular frames, but we won't have to babysit it, and instead, they will just go into here like they always should have done. Let's re-up with a full stack of those. Motors are going to be annoying. We will have to make a factory for that, because remember, milestone parts, I did make a promise this playthrough to not handcraft them. So we do have a little bit of work to get to, but let's take a moment right now, go around and get our copper sheets, and then maybe go get the steel beams. So somehow we have over 300 people in this stream, which is awesome, and I know a lot of you have not seen basically anything that I've done in this playthrough. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, bud. Here we go. I got gobs of these things. Okay, well, let's go deposit these, and then we'll drive around on our fun roads. Okay. All right, so there's those 500. I do have 116 steel pipes. I'm just going to go ahead and put those in there. In case industrial beams, we do have steel beams, and we do have concrete. One of the things I was hoping to do is get the actual connections set up where we can have tractors going around moving these things. I don't know if I want to do that tonight or not. But now that I have a... it's too bad it's not nighttime, because these lights are cool when they're on. I do have the desire to get the oil started, which means we're probably going to just have to go through and take care of all this. I think I researched, or I unlocked, I should say, the power connectors, advanced ones, but I did not purchase the blueprints, so we're going to have to do that. We're in the corner here. This thing is about to run out of gas, or coal, I suppose. But we will get there when we get there. This will be a very good tractor route. I do not have all the support pillars put all the way down. I need to do that at some point. Not right now. This goes straight... Oh, okay, now we're out of gas. Don't ever run your car out of gas, folks. It's not very good for it. Ask me how I know. So that goes nowhere. This gets us pretty close, but we still have to jump down at the end. I did say I was going to maybe rebuild this. But for the time being, I don't care to do that. Let's put in... I guess a ladder is fine. But this is probably something that is... Oh, no, those stairs are far away. This isn't going to kill me, right? No. No damage at all. How about that? What are the odds? Alright, let's just make this relatively painless. It's going to be like a one-way up type of deal, but all I need to do is just get a couple of stacks of things and be fine. For the time being, I don't need to worry about whatever else is back down here. So I've got prodigious quantities of these things. The car will not hold a lot. I know... Oh, you know what I should have done? Do I have a Mercer? I do. I should have put these in dimensional depots. Well, well, well. You know what we can do? Oh, I don't have the Trigons, or Sam Fluctuators, whatever they're called. Oh, and I don't have the materials to make them either. That is a huge bummer. I should have thought about that. Anyway, project for later. Yeah, I like how the roads look. I've been pretty happy with that. What can I... No, I can't put any of this anywhere. Can I throw anything away? No, I cannot. I should not. I can turn power slugs into power shards. Is there a workbench over here? There is. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? Because I really want to make sure I can, you know, free up some space. With full health bar, you shouldn't die from any height. Yeah, doesn't it just take you down to a single tiny sliver? And in fairness, I do have the Blade Runners, and at some point soon I'll have the jetpack, so it shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, I just want to make sure that I've got a couple of stacks of these, because I know I need these to make encased industrial beams. And if there is limestone nearby, we probably should just set up a secondary factory here. Is there anything nearby? Okay, we were at 330 meters. We are at 353. That's the same one we just had over there. Well, probably makes more sense long term to just get a tractor transport setup going. And I really wanted to redo this in a way. Look how ridiculous this looks with no pillars. I wanted to get this set up where it wasn't just going to be really stupid looking, because I do actually try to make things not horrible. But you know how that goes. Alright, now we are up here. What kind of storage? Availability, good. Now, what's going to have to happen here is I'm going to have to make some sort of a, I guess, a lobby for the trucks. Tractors, whatever have you. And that is going to require that I modify slightly what we have going on. Oh, now that's going to be a problem. Well, we will deal with that when the time comes. 1 meter foundation, not the end of the world to use that as 1 meter. This is probably not going to be the end-all be-all of all of this. In fact, before we get too far along, I should remove this and put it in a different spot. Well, hello. Alright, I now have a space. I think I can put a truck station on. Okay, these are a little bigger than I thought, but as long as the truck can get in here, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Tell you what, this could still come up this side and be fine. Why don't we... Yeah, why don't we just expand this and try to put in a truck station logistically behind here. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the permanent thing, but this is going to just have to be something we get going with the intent of it actually not sucking. Okay, I can run those things all the way up, or I can put secondary storage. I'll just run it all the way up. Who cares? I just need this to be a viable thing for the trucks to come in and then turn around. I don't know what the radius is on that. This seems maybe a little too close. Let's do this. Let's move this down to here. Oh, hello, Ada.
Fixit wishes to remind you that the vehicle path tools, which can be found in your build menu, can connect directly to the truck station's dock area.
Thank God. The
This
old
ensures
system was
it will connect
horrible.
properly once
It's
everything
so
is
much better now.
automated. The truck station can be set to load or unload, and can also refuel vehicles. Unlike some pioneers, truck stations care about saving humanity.
Yes. So, one of the reasons I wanted to put this here is because you can use coal to power the trucks. And we are mining... okay, that is iron. Oh, the coal's down there. And I think... Is this a Mark 1? Yeah, we could upgrade that to a Mark 2. One step closer to running a game server at your house. Well, that sounds fun. Doing home networking stuff. Yeah, let's get this set up real quick. Feel free to tell me all about it if you want. Yeah, we need to have a storage for coal. And then I need to have the actual parts get brought up here. So that this is objectively a very ugly and imperfect setup. We want inputs. There's fine. Do I have enough room to put one of these? That's not the right category. Container, container, container. Nope. Alright, so I'm going to have two different types of things coming in. Remember, these truck stations are either unload or load. They do not do both. Since we already have storage down there, this is just buffer stuff. I don't think we need to be as worried about where this goes. Maybe what I should be doing instead is just centering on this and then moving that other way. Okay, so that is... Oh, almost. Almost perfect. All right. That works there. Can I fit... Oh, too bad. Too bad. So sad. If only we... if only we could do this. If only there was another solution. So what I will do... I will just put this right next to it. Is that the... Yeah, I want the output up here. And I will just stack these. Yes, it is an ugly setup. However, comma, you know what our motto is? Well, it's not necessarily our motto, but we end up saying it a lot. If it's stupid and it works, guess what? It works, and that's not stupid. So, best belt I have is a Mark III. It doesn't really matter what goes where because it's going to unload and load everything. Just put Codebreaker Zamp on my Ubuntu machine. I have a 10 gigabyte. Wow. That's much better than I have access to here. Have fun with that. In a previous life, I was looking at maybe getting into system administration stuff. And I messed around with some server things, but, you know, life finds a way, as they say, to make you not do things. Load, unload. So we want that to be set. Replace differing fuel. Sure, I don't have any other fuel, but that's fine. Alright, so we need to get coal into this for the fuel, and these other things need to go in there. So, to upgrade, we have to have a Mark II miner, which I do not have. You know what? I could probably make, if I went down, I don't have ladders set up, but there is an equipment workshop up here. Can I just make another one? Yes, okay. I only need to make 2 portable miners. I think I might actually only need 1 to upgrade this, and then I need the steel pipes, which I know I have in here. It does, in fact, just take time. Very good. Oh, God, getting help from Linux experts is like pulling toenails. Oh, I don't blame you at all. That's like probably the most frustrating part of all that whole thing is like, no matter what, you pick the wrong distro, What do you mean you don't know how to install from the command line? Blah 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 blah. Whatever. It's like, forget it, man. Just I'm not going through all this. Of course, you know you can't generalize every single person. That's just not how the world works. But if I were to tell you that I was only ever pleased and enthusiastic, what do you mean I need a second one of these for that? About trying to do anything involving Linux in any fashion whatsoever, I would be a bold-faced liar. Okay, so let's just upgrade this to Mark II. That's going to give us... wait, is this a pure node? I forgot to check. Alright, this is... not going to tell me. Normal. I'm standing on it, so it's not going to show it, but I can only assume it's normal. So we now have twice as much coming out of that, which means it's not going to be too difficult for me to just stick a splitter, because that is a merger. So if I have twice as much going into here, and I split before, then that means it's the exact same amount that we already had. I do know that much. I am not a math genius. Anyone in these streams will tell you that, but this will, in fact, work. Now, if I can get this to actually play nice, it shouldn't be any problem. Splitter there, assuming the coal continues flowing, which it has. I love this zoom thing. Now, if that is a normal node and we just put a thing on there, then the most we can expect from this is 60, and we're not going to need more than that because... oh, does that not... oh, it doesn't intersect. Oh, I love this. Absolutely beautiful. Now, this is the... oh, you know what? That is almost the perfect height. Alright. Unfortunately, this is on the other side here, and this is going to maybe be a little annoying to get around. Enjoy Phase 3. I'm off sleeping. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest of your night. Back in 2011, 2012, when I first was messing with Ubuntu, I was told that was the beginner-friendly distro. Now, I'm sure in 14, 15 years that's changed, and now there's some sort of other whatever new hotness that is out there. But my experience is pretty easy to deal with. Not like trying to get somebody to install Gentoo or something. But what was I doing? Oh, I was putting this in here. Yeah, so I may have kind of not done the smart thing in how I have this set up. But that's going to be the easiest way to get up here. Again, it's not going to be beautiful, but sometimes it doesn't have to be, and I almost just walked off this. Let's, you know what? I will take this. I think this is fine. Let's get that hooked up there and just bring this up to the edge here. I know there's a trick where you can technically infinitely glitch the height on these things, but I don't really care to do that. Alright. Probably, because I know I want that to go into the backside there, what might make sense is for me to go up and over. I know this is super ridiculous. I understand. However, comma. If it works and it's stupid, then, well, it probably wasn't that stupid. I'm just going to have to, you know, do this in whatever fashion I think I can make it make sense. Now, that's not going to actually match up with this unless I am in the exact right spot. That can go over a tiny bit more. I think one more like this. I just want that to go... no, that's not even close. All right. Easier option is to come in from here and then get to the other side of this. Oh, it doesn't even go high enough to do that. Whenever I hear this is fine, I think of the dog meme. Well, good, because that is exactly what my brain is going through whenever I say it's fine. That is exactly what I was attempting to get across. All right. I don't need 5. Let's try 4. Did I line this up correctly? It's probably slightly off. No way. It's actually correct. Having friends that can but don't help sucks. Oh, yeah. I mean, to be perfectly fair, after a certain point, you know, you kind of get to a spot in life where it's just like, man, I really don't want to deal with this anymore. Just from a perspective of trying to figure stuff out. And, like, I understand that, but it's a little bit different when some of those folks are also the same people that, like, badgered you for years and years and years. Dude, Linux is so easy, just do it, bro. It's like, all right, you gonna help me do it? No. All right, well, then shut up. And don't bother me about it. Okay, so this... Oh, this is hideous. This has no reason to be like this, but it's fine. Binge watching Beaverburg 2034. Absolutely love it. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Water Beavers is fun. I absolutely love the mod. And I know it's frustrating for me specifically to play it sometimes, but I really, really, really like the mod. It's absolutely delightful. And it does have, you know, it's got a pretty good learning curve to it, but I don't think it's something that could be considered impossible. You just have to, you know, commit a little bit more to thinking than maybe you might want to, but it's worth it. All right, let's be considerate here to our future selves. Oh, I forgot they redid this, so now I can just make a wall hole. Okay, well, I don't need to have it be some crazy complicated thing. Really appreciate your content. I look forward to all of it. Well, I appreciate you appreciating it. I know that probably sounds like an insane person rambling, but you know, I've been doing this, yeah, well, as of now, counting the early time in 2020 with Ostrov, I've been doing this almost 6.5 years. In the past couple of years, it's been quote unquote full time. I mean, like I'm not making, you know, a lot of money or anything, but it has been, it's been a lot of fun to be able to do something that I genuinely enjoy. That also, you know, helps me to pay for things. And now, you know, I'm doing all my model train stuff. I got trying to open up a physical store in my hometown, which has been a whole lot of fun. But that costs a lot of money. So a lot of what I've been doing with that has been, actually almost all of it's been funded by me having fun playing with beavers on the internet. So I definitely appreciate any of you who have watched for any amount of time, no matter how much or how little. And any of these videos that I make and I'm like, oh, you know what, I'm getting kind of frustrated, getting kind of tired or whatever. It doesn't mean I'm gonna, you know, quit. it you know, it gets to you after a while. And I think I was just at a spot in my life recently where I'm like, you know what, I need to, you know, think a little bit harder about what I want to do with all of my time. And I do still genuinely want to keep doing YouTube stuff. I'm gonna have to find a little bit of a, I guess, a healthier way of spending time for some of this optimization, whatever you want to call it. But I do appreciate you guys who have been here since, especially, you've been here a long time. And I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting. It does mean a lot. Yep, we lost 2 health bars. So that's fine. Oh boy, this is ugly. Oh yeah. Alright. So it doesn't matter what goes where, we just need to have something connect to something else. And now I kind of realize that I can't have that wall hole in the same spot vertically because that's not going to play nice. So let's actually... I can't have that going on that other side, I just have to have this next to it. Oh, can I photo mode this at the same time or no? No, I cannot. Alright, well that lines up basically right there. Alright, I'm going to have to just put on a brave face and do this. Okay, that is too tall. Can I page down? I can. Is that too low? Probably yes. Can I control page up? Yes. Alright, I'm going to do that and just have to hope that it lines up. That does not line up. Oh no. Okay, well, I thought this was going to work. Alright. It's so hard to build this from the bottom. No way, that actually lines up? Alright. See, now the problem I'm going to run into is I don't know if that is going to actually be accessible. Okay, that's going to be fine. All right, I've got these here that, you know what? You know what? I need to stop saying you know what, first of all. But I will put I'll put a wall there. And I can have these go on separate sides. That is what is going to make more sense. Note, I said more sense, not perfect sense. Okay, Mark III conveyor lift. Oh, yeah, this is an ugly, ugly boy here. This, oh, is that going to be... Yes, all right. Well, you know, it lines up. It's just... Oh, no way, that doesn't... Does that not collision mesh with that? Oh, no way. That actually clears. I would never have guessed. I would never have guessed that clears. Does it actually? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I absolutely did not deserve for that to work, but that is fine with me. Okay. What in the world is this trying to do? Okay, connected. Did I... Oh, let's go in the wrong way. Oh, that's not a word I'm going to say in live stream. Okay. I just want this to go to, say, right here. We'll stop there. And then what I'm going to need to do is reverse the direction of this, but I don't think I can unless I rebuild it. Yeah, all right. Okay, there is a button to reverse direction, and it is... I don't remember. Oh, toggle build mode. There we go. Would you ever play Whiskerwood? Oh, man, I've wanted to play Whiskerwood for so long. I just have not had time. Not even remotely. I actually got an email from the devs of that game when it was still in pre-release, and they offered to give me a key for it. And I was never able to actually do it because I was busy with the beavers and all these other things. But I would love to, actually. Just got to get to a point in my life where I actually have time, which is... you know, a pretty common excuse people give, but if you had any idea the amount of time I spend doing stuff and all these, you know, different things I've gotten myself into, that, you know, maybe knowing what I know now about the amount of time that I actually can reasonably expend without going into extreme burnout, I probably would not be doing. Anyway, long story short, yes, I really would like to play it. I just have to be able to, you know, set aside so many other things to, one, learn another game from scratch, and two, take away from the beavers when YouTube seems extremely motivated to not allow me to do that. The fact that I've got 368 people, if YouTube's not glitching on me, showing up in my stream dashboard is absolutely baffling, because most of the time these Satisfactory streams will only get like 20 people. Like, hey, I am absolutely not complaining. I'm happy to have you guys here. I just would like to know where you've been. We've been doing these for a while. And I very much would enjoy getting to share this with more of you guys. So I guess now that we... why is this not? There we go. Now that we know people actually seem to be interested in this, I guess I can maybe try to do more. That is so ugly. Oh, that's awful. Oh, well. Please don't burn out like Sky. I don't know exactly what's going on with Sky. I know he had some health stuff, so I'm not gonna, you know, like, demand somebody make stuff when they got other things going on. But I have no idea how he was able to do, like, you know how much time I put into my videos. It, like, objectively compared to somebody like a Zedek or even Sky or anybody like that, it's like not even close. Like, I'm spending way less time than they are on a single video. But to do, he did like daily videos for, well, like a month or 2 months, and he said he was spending like 8 or 10 hours a day recording. Like, that is not sustainable, even in the tiniest bit. Yeah, I've got... Oh, man. At this point, I don't know, it could be closer to 1,500. But I've been doing... Where are all of these going? Because they don't have anywhere to go up there. Oh, no, I connected this to a... Alright, hold on. I'm sorry. I'll finish answering in a second. I have to go back up here before I forget. And I have to remember how I was going to get up there in the first place. Okay, batteries are charging. That's fine. Oh, this is so ugly. I am so sorry. This is awful. That is not going to work. I guess probably what I need to do is just get a ladder attached to the side of this. Maybe I could do hypertubes, actually, but I don't have a good enough idea what I want to do with hypertubes yet to really commit to that. Just give me one more little bit of time here so I can get this ladder in place so I can actually ascend. Real life always comes first. Well, yes. However, this pays for my real life. Just to be brutally transparent with you. I literally would not be able to afford to exist as a human being if it were not for all of you wonderful people watching my videos. And those of you contributing on Patreon and YouTube membership and everything. Doing a whole lot more than I think I can ever hope to explain. So I'm kind of at the point now where I, really need to just actually continue making videos as the primary thing. But things are... Oh, look how lovely that is with the curve. Things are getting to the point now where... oh, I love this so much with the curve, just constant radius. Anyway, I don't know. It's gotten a little frustrating time-wise because these other things that I'm doing that are not videos, like the train store stuff that I've mentioned, are very, very much passion projects that are being funded by this. But I'm at the point where if I put in like a little bit extra, like an extra 10% more time, more money, more effort, then it's going to get that much closer to being self-sustaining, and then I don't have to worry about it as much. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, the situation that I'm in, like, I have no room to complain at all. Like, this is... Most people would absolutely, like... Well, I shouldn't say they'd kill to be in my position, but... I've been very fortunate with the amount of support that I've received from folks, especially for how small the channel is relatively. There's not a lot of people in the 25,000 subscriber range that can say they pretty much entirely support themselves from playing video games online. Never, ever, ever going to take that for granted. But I do kind of feel to a certain extent that I've reached the ceiling of what's possible with the way that I currently do things. And that's part of the reason why I do get a little bit nervous about the future of YouTube, and especially... as Timberborn enters its 5th year next month after going into early access. I don't know that long-term it's going to be super sustainable. So that's part of the reason why I try to branch out to do other things, quote-unquote, get a real job outside of YouTube, even if I have to make it up myself. But for now, I think things have been going way better than I deserve, way better than I think I have any right to even experience at all. So, I really appreciate you guys. I know I say that all the time, but, I have to say it. It is a constant reminder to myself and a constant reminder to you guys as well that what you do matters. Even if it's just watching a silly dude on the internet play with beavers. It made a tangible, positive, incredible, positive difference in my life. I do not know that I will ever be able to say thank you enough or have any chance whatsoever of repaying it. Not sure we want endless DLC for Timberborn to keep it fresh. On the other hand, I still really love playing the game. Like, the moment it's not fun, I'm done. That's just to be brutally honest with you. But I'm really liking the stuff they've been bringing in. I just maybe don't need to do 2 hard series at the same time. That's been a lot. So here's what we have to do. We need to make a path for the tractors that will go... should I build? I think I probably have to have the other station built first. Yeah, let's do that. But, we do, provided they could do a turn radius in this, we do have a station set up. It is ready to refuel them. It is loading. I think we're probably okay. let's just run it back, build one over where we came from, and go from there. That should not have taken that turn that sharp. I also think this used to go faster than 99 or 100 kilometers an hour, but what do I know? Why does it... Okay. It's fine. It will go faster off a cliff. You're absolutely correct. So now going downhill, once it gets back on the ground. Oh, speed limiter, boo. Same kind of thing happened with the monorail after a certain amount of time. Get out of the road. What are you doing? Stop that. Okay, so this is where the road ends. We've only made 20 versatile frameworks this whole time. All right, we're going to have work cut out for us. Where do I want to put this truck station? Because I do not have any factories that are going to be accepting steel pipe or steel beams. But I need to be getting them over here, and I know... Well, okay, well, actually, that's a lie. This one, you can't see where my fingers are pointing. The space elevator does want steel beams. So knowing that this is going to come out of here, I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm only going to have one tractor running it anyway. Maybe what we should do is have a, yeah, we'll have a direct thing. Let's move this. Let's get this ramp out of the way, and we'll just, instead of building more road segments, because I don't want to take the time to engineer another one, engineer being a very loose term, I suppose I will just have this go out like so. We'll make a 180-degree turn with a little bit of a spacer. And oh, I'm out of concrete. All right. Well, you know how we solved that problem. We crash into the other car. Oh, it braked. Okay. We say hi to the doggos with our exploder. Ooh, I need those modular frames. Thank you, Gary 1. Gary 2's got I need those too in case industrial beams. Gary 4's got biofuel logs, and Gary 3 has, ooh, explodies. Pulse Nobelisks. Very good. Let's come back over here and take a look at how many... Very good. I can manually feed these. That should not be a problem. But we need to go get more concrete, which is what I was about to do. How much do I have in here? That works. I will just, I'll just take this. That'll be alright. I just want this to get hooked up, even if it is an ugly and imperfect setup. And then here, I cannot square zoop without mods, and I don't particularly care to mess with Satisfactory mods. That sounds like an absolute nightmare. Where's my chainsaw? I moved it. Okay. Alright, hopefully that took care of my problem. Yes. Okay, if I want to build another roadway, which I am absolutely not doing, then I would have to have a lot of resources that I do not care to have. So for now, we'll just extend this out, fully automate most of what we have going on here. And then I believe if this was all built correctly on the world grid, this should be pretty okay. I may need to facilitate turning around, I may need to make this go one more. And then give some space for the thing itself. Truck station, truck station. Where am I going to place this? Now, this probably can't refuel here because I don't have anywhere for this to go, and the only thing I care about is what goes out. So I do not want that facing that way. I want this facing this way. And in theory, I'm going to want this to be probably centered on this here. Is that going to be... Okay, that's actually decently close. Am I going to have room to get out? Yes. Yeah, what the heck, we'll do that. I know this has to be connected to power, and it is not. That will be fixed. I was going to do... Yeah, the stuff was on the bottom, right? Oh, that's the storage. I was about to say, how in the world? Okay, steel beams. I'll just directly put a stack of modular frames in each one of these, because why not? That will support making another 100 of these. Overall, obviously the steel beams have to be in here. This consumes 75 per minute, so we're taking 150 per minute. I am not really sure that the tractor, whatever, can deliver 150 per minute, so we might have to tone this down, but for the time being, this will be okay. Alright, so I'm going to have a Mark III belt that's going to have to come around here. Why in the world is this invalid shape? Well, you know what? You're an invalid shape. How am I going to get... Why does that work? But okay. Maybe I should just make this into straight mode. Yeah, that's going to be easier. Does that clip? It does not. Okay. I maybe should leave room to walk over or under this, but honestly, at this exact moment, I don't think I care. Do I have a sorting thing? I have a smart splitter, yes, but I do not have an AI limiter. Can I make an AI limiter? In theory, yes, if I have copper sheets and quick wire. Which I do, yes. Okay, alright, let's do a crafting bench. Feels like it's Minecraft all over again. Smart splitters, how I love you. Thank you. So, what's going to have to happen here is we are going to most likely... Yeah, we're going to have to put probably a awesome sink to just sink the rest of these if it's overflow. But first I want to make sure input goes that way. This should be alright here. I don't have Mark IV belts yet. We will. This will be fine. This will do 300, what is it, 270 per minute? It'll be good enough. It will be good enough. That is what we're working with. Okay, so that's an output. I need Mark III belt. Why, oh why would you ever want to do that? Alright, let's 45-degree angle this. That looks decent. Okay, first of all, how dare you? Don't do that. You know what? Let's take this... No, not blueprint. I want... Not straight mode. I want default. There we go. That looks good. Got this for my birthday this year. I learned watching this that I don't do much infrastructure. All belts and pipes are on the ground all the time. From the ocean to the void, no trucks, no trains. You would like watching Let's Game It Out videos of Satisfactory, because he does exactly that same thing. But you know what? Honestly, there's not really a wrong way to play Satisfactory because it's a sandbox. So if that's what you want to do, go for it. It's going to be harder, definitely. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you can't do that. It is a lot easier if you do plan out infrastructures. But, again, do what you want. It's supposed to be fun, right? So steel beams go to the left. If I do... I guess I probably should plan right the overflow. And then this is steel pipe going out here. I'm going to have just a container for this. I know this is not like the best long-term storage solution. Is this going to be... Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Oh, man. All right. Well, you know what? I have the ability to make good choices, even if I choose not to exercise it, and I will therefore come through here, I guess in straight mode, and properly come around. And this can go... Yeah, that works. Is it beautiful? No. Is it functional? Yes. Alright, this also isn't really necessary to have this set up like this anymore. That being said, I will go ahead and put in... Where's my... There it is. Awesome sink that can just go straight into the... Oh, I don't have cable, really? Do I have, in the... What do you call it? Yes. Oh, no, that was the only cable I had to begin with. Alright, well, back to the bench we go. Give me this. Hook up the storage. That's what I'm doing. I haven't thought about actually playing Minecraft in a very long time, but I know there's a lot of people that do some crazy builds and have for a very... Oh, I did miss this. You are absolutely correct. Why is this a... Why is that a different height? I feel like that shouldn't be... Maybe it's not going to care. Okay. That's good. What was I doing? What was I doing? Oh, awesome sink. Yes. So that is... Overflow piece. I want this to be hooked up right. How far back can I go? This is not a perfect solution, but it will be fine. Mark III belt. All of this must be powered. Yes, I am aware. That is... How many... Why is production going down to 375? Why is it going down to 300? That should not be happening. Oh, this is why I hate coal. I absolutely despise working with coal. It's so bad. Well, this will help us not have to worry about that quite as much. This can get connected here, and this can get connected here. That is, I believe, set to overflow only. Yes. Okay, steel beams go where they're supposed to go. This goes where this is supposed to go. This is now connected. Okay, now, where is my car? That is the question. It is over there. And the tractor is over here. So what we're probably going to need to do is take the tractor out. First of all, we have to go say hi to Gary, and then also Gary and Gary and Gary. I'm over here. Alright, 33 screws. Ooh, 12 fuse modular frames. That's a good one. We might actually just sink that, but that's worth a lot. Stop! Get out of the way. 18 cooling systems is another great find. And then 2 more of those things. Thank you very much, Garys, for your service to the realm. And now I need to clear out... Well, not all of this, actually. But I need to clear out a decent bit of it. Is there anything in here that I do not need? Like, you know, honestly, the Caterium ore is not super important. Because I do have a whole factory for that. So I'm going to... Not the bauxite, that's actually useful. That's copper ore I absolutely do not need, or iron. I was just grabbing that because it was there. Smart plating, having 7 of these, I do not know that will do us any amount of good. Did I already save some of these? If not, I'm just going to sink them. We did not. But the rest of these things that the Garys have bequeathed upon us, I do have... Oh, no, I have been sinking those. Okay, well, we can sink those then. Because they give me these pretty often. Okay, motors are fine. I don't have any more computers over here, do I? No. Have I been saving these? Oh, I've got 10 of those. All right. I want ammo. I need to have ammo. That extra portable miner can probably go in there. Alkali aluminum sheets we can't do anything with. Those I probably should be making at some point soon. Yeah, I'm just going to get the points. Where did those things go? There we go. These give you a lot of points. Watch when this goes in. Yeah. I know they're like 5 tiers ahead of where I currently am, so I don't think I need to worry about saving those. 12 printable coupons. I don't have a need for those right now, but I'm going to go ahead and print them. And I need to see if I have to unlock the... Playing for 2 hours, yeah, I know. Oh, that's a cool one. Throughput monitor. But what I really want is... Where's the daisy chain power thing? Is that just automatically unlocked because I researched the one deal? I don't remember. Okay, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't need to worry about this, but power outlets Mark III are a good thing to have. Factory cart's fun. I don't have that much of a factory to do it with. Alright, let's just check this. Yeah, okay. Oh, I have power towers. Okay, good. Those are very helpful. But I suppose it doesn't matter. I can just daisy chain these together now because I researched it, or maybe I didn't research it. Ah, okay, no. I remember now. This was the moral dilemma that I did not make a decision on, is do I want to cheese the high-speed connectors? And I think I've decided that I don't want to do that. What was I doing over here? No, I don't. Oh, I was freeing up space so I could clear out the truck's tractor. It's not a truck. The truck's a different vehicle, so we could do something with it. Okay. We got that, got that, got that, got that, got that. Okay, I just need to have... I need to have somewhere to put 232 wire. You know what? Problem solved. We have so many stacks of that. All right. This has now only got what it needs to have in it. And now you don't have to, in this newer version of the game, draw the path with the vehicle. But I might as well use the vehicle to get to the area that I need to manually make the path. Climb up the hill. No, come on, there you go. And I did not have to build a ramp. Happy day. You want to see me play Deltarune? Oh, no. I don't know a lot about it, but I do know enough. Honestly, at this point, I don't really know that I've got time to play games for fun anymore. And I know that sounds bad, because I do enjoy doing this. But anytime I find myself trying to play games for fun, I just think, you know what? I could be streaming this right now. Because I've been neglecting streaming so much. I did get Forza Horizon 6. The Japan one. That's been a lot of fun. But I kind of don't play that much anymore. I would do like an hour or two every week just to knock out the challenges, and then I think, like, what am I doing this? This does not benefit the beavers in any way, shape, or form. I don't want universal path. I wanted that to be a tractor path. There we go. Okay, so we are starting from here. Build mode default. What modes do I have? Straight or default? All right, well, we'll just default. Vehicle turns too sharply. This will be interesting. Because this doesn't seem to want to let me within a 3 radius to do that. Okay, this is halfway into another thing, so... Oh, it'll do a... Wow, really? A 2-block radius. That seems like it's not enough, honestly. Okay, straight says it's 2... Alright. Well, what we will do is our best, because that's basically all you can do. Oh, don't fall down in the hole. Man, alright. Please hold. Gotta walk around to the other side and get back up. I would like to be driving on the correct side of the road, for US standards at least. And that going here is going to... Oh, balls. Alright. That has to change. That cannot be... That cannot be that. So instead of straight, we'll go default. Nope, you know what? That's too close. I know this is going to take some getting used to, because I haven't really done anything with this. But I'm feeling like this is probably... Why is it... Okay. Why was it trying to turn that? That doesn't make any sense. It's going to be a learning curve. Literally a curve with this. But that seems very doable. Alright. as long as that is still... Yes. Now... Oh, good. It shows up while you're driving. I just need to get this far enough where I can continue doing without it being a whole mess. Did I get the drive for the 20 plastic? No, because I do not have 20 plastic. And I wanted to get oil processing going, and to get oil processing going without handcrafting parts, I have to get these tractors moving stuff around, because then once I have concrete, which I have closer to the base, and steel beams, which I have right here, then I can get that automated. Alright, now the question is going to be, is this going to be a straight enough path to not get stuck in anything, or is this going to be one of those annoying things that's always slightly wrong? Why is it trying to do... What in the world? Okay. It's like it's trying to not be perfectly straight, which I don't know why it's doing that, because it shouldn't be possible for it to... Oh, it follows... Okay, good. I'm just going to do this without the vehicle at this point, right? Aren't I? Because now I've already walked too far. Well, that's the way it goes. This reminds me of placing hypertubes, how aggravating that was. But this will be absolutely worth it. Oh, I was going to put a station here. Well, we can... Ooh, can I loop that in later? I'm going to have to... I'll tell you what. I will stop this one here. And then that way when I go to remove a segment, it's just this one across here that I can then loop into something else. Boy, oh boy, do I love doing exactly this for like 20 straight minutes. Alright, I can go there. I do apologize, this will take a while, but it is a necessary component to what we're trying to do. Alright, so that stops there. I do want to line this up, if I can, at a joint. How will you use your right hand to cut down the foe coming towards you if you drive on the right? Well, in America we have a thing called gun. That could be held in either hand, theoretically. That is a joke. It is not an actual threat to anyone, expressed or implied, because you know you can't be too careful with YouTube these days. Outside of the UK and Japan and a couple of other European countries, who else drives on the right? Or not drive... Anyway, when I say drive on the right, you're in the right side of the car, driving on the left side of the road. It always screws me up. I know, well, probably former British colonies would be a good guess. Real American driving means you got one of those things mounted to your car. But I digress. Just keep on going here. Oh, Australia, which I guess former British colony makes sense. Oh, that's the gas damage that I was taking. That's what that was. Vehicle path is too long. Well, have you tried not being too long? That's what passengers are for. That's why it's called riding shotgun. Fair enough. Former British colony doesn't narrow it down much. That is very true. It's like, what, like 2/3 of the planet at one point was subjugated by the British? Alright, this is where we have to turn. That is too long. Alright. So, radius-wise on the turn, I think it's not going to matter if I just very deliberately choose how this goes. Yeah, that works. Now, can I get... No. Oh, that worked. Okay, that's too long. That works there. And then I'm going to come out to here, and then I'm going to have this connect. I don't want to go into that side. Why does it try to go... There we go. Okay, so that goes in there, then it pauses, and then I have to turn around, which I guess it doesn't really want me to do. So if I come down to here, is it going to allow me to do what I want to do here? That is a really sharp turn, but hey, you know what? It says it's going to let me do it, so that is what we're going to do. Now we just have to go back. Alright, too long. There we go. And once again, I'm going to stop here so I don't have to worry about weirdness on the curve. Oh man, if you played this game with the old vehicle pathing system, you know just how amazing this new one is, even if it is irritating to have to actually walk it and build everything. Now, the other one is you had to drive, you had to hit record and drive the vehicle along the path. And if you made a mistake, the automatic driver would make the same mistake. It's like if you ever played Forza Motorsport, not Horizon, like the older games. They had the Drivatar thing where you could basically train the game to drive for you, and it would do races and get you money. But you had to be good, or else it would make the same stupid mistakes you made, and your automatic driver would not be any good at all. That's like exactly what the old system was like. It was awful. I mean, it was nice to have, but objectively, no. Not that much fun. Alright, just get this connected here. 30% of the world drives on the left, most of them former British subjects. Which is funny that Japan does, because Japan at no point was subjugated by the British. I guess depending on your opinions about globalism and World War II politics in the 50s and 60s, which we don't need to get into here, it could be argued that they are more of an American colony than a British one, but yet they still employed the British system for driving on whatever side of the road, and the trains over there do the same thing. Japan thought the British were the best people to copy when they opened up, which is really funny if you know the history about them having traded like exclusively with the Dutch for a really long time, and then Americans after that. But I guess that makes sense. And once again, crossing this concrete thing, I'll make that a separate segment. We are almost there, folks. Appreciate you bearing with me. I know, yeah, people are like, all right, I'm out. You're just sitting here doing this the whole time. But this is going to be so good to have taken care of. Yes, blue traffic lights, which I believe is probably at least somewhat related to language, because Japanese for a long time did not really have a word for like distinguishing blue and green. Very interesting country. If you ever have the chance to go, highly recommend. Had a very good time just riding trains for like 2.5 weeks. Went earlier this year. There's a lot of really interesting history. Alright, this is just about... Oh, this guy got stuck over here. Yeah, that's what the sound my back makes in the morning when I wake up. Now, if I get this coming along here... default doesn't seem to care. If I attach here, is that straight? Not really. But it will be straight enough. You know what? That's, as long as it doesn't go off the side, we may need to add another another thing there. But it should take this at a pretty fast speed. Will it go here? Okay, so that is a full loop. I am pretty sure it should not go off the edge, but what I will do is I will add another layer of foundations here. And for the sake of my personal sanity actually operating this, go ahead and make this asphalt. 2 meter. Just go across. That can easily drive up that side. And then the same thing on this side. Snap, please, and thank you. Okay. And then this is going to have to go there. And, you know, there's not really a reason why I would have to do this way. I just ended up doing it this way. But I will... I guess maybe not right there. I'll do here. There we go. And then I will do that. Players in the way. All right. So now I can drive, for the most part, straight off that way, straight off that way. All right, let's find... Oh, you know what I didn't do is I didn't hook up the truck station on the other end to power. We need to do that. You've heard a few languages don't have words that differentiate blue, green, and purple. Now that is not something I knew. That's pretty interesting. All right, away we go. So, I do not know how to set this on autopilot. Maybe that's what the Q menu is for. We'll do that after we get to the other end. Start it at the station. And I think we can write it if it's autopiloting, but if we try to do control inputs, it might take it off of autopilot. That's not irritating at all, is it? I think a round trip station to station in this might only burn 25 coal or so. Low enough sound level. I have cranked the levels so high on my microphone and on the game and everything, but the YouTube still, for whatever reason, attenuates steam volume. There you go. Stream volume severely. Turning circle when you drive is rather wider than the path drawn. Yeah, it'll slow down to negotiate the turns as it needs to. Alright, so this is now here. This will not load until I get this connected. So let's get that set there. I think I can just go, yeah, directly. Okay, so now we should, if I am not incorrect, that is set to load. And it is now just filling up because it has to be turned on. Okay, open menu. Vehicle path. Okay, I have to manually tell it where to go. So we're starting here and we're going here. I really need to rename these. Not going to turn it on yet. I need to rename this. We're going to call this Steel Factory. And then the vehicle path should update. Yes. Okay, that is good. Let's enable autopilot. And it is on. Oh, okay, now it's going to load. Game horn is low enough it wasn't annoying. Your voice is at a good level. Good. Good, because every time I have a live stream go up, someone will comment on the VOD and say, why is it so quiet? Like, it drives me insane. Yeah, so it should actually negotiate this pretty well. We will, of course, have to babysit it for a lap so we can see how it goes, but should be okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. At 55 kilometers an hour, too. Liked how much it said how much each trip will cost in terms of coal. I completely ignored that. I'm not going to lie. I will have to check that out later. It's also really funny how this is basically making the idle sound, but it's going as fast as it was under full throttle. I don't know what's up with that. The horn is fine. My neighbors revving their loud engines at 4 a.m. is, however, very annoying. Yes, I would imagine that is. I am very curious to see how fast it goes around this turn. Oh, okay. Full speed. Nice. And why did it slow down? Why is it slowing down? Oh, is it because it's anticipating this downhill? That is... Why would it do that? That's really interesting. But I guess that makes sense. Throttling down. Okay, so this is like the, this is Grandma's got a casserole in her lap mode, is what this is. That's exactly how this drives. Well, as long as it gets where it needs to go, I don't really care how fast it goes. Yeah, nice wide turning circle. Liquids mustn't spill. Yeah, good thing there's no liquids in this. Very slow and carefully right up. Look how this is so much better than the old system. Man, you will never understand unless you played it or you watched me play the old one. But man, this is so much better. This one, hold on. I'm gonna hop out, but this one might not be set correctly. This one is set needs to be set to unload. Okay. Well, that was my mistake, but it's driving and it seems to be doing okay. I am going to I think hop back in just to follow this. So I wonder if the reason it slows down so much is because I stopped that segment at the start of the incline, whereas if I had just had it go up the incline, it would just treat it as one thing. I don't know. Can I honk while I'm being autopiloted? Yes. Of course, this will slow down at the very, very top. Very gently. Yeah, alright. I like that. Oh, man. At risk of sounding like a broken record, this really is just ridiculously better in every possible way. "54 kilometers an hour around the tight corner." Stand in front, will it auto stop or run you over like a possessed Christine? Now that's a deep cut right there. I don't know why YouTube moderated that, but I'm gonna have to, once I get out of here, click and approve that comment. The smoke is a bit much. Yeah, it's like those guys who buy the diesel trucks and then put emissions delete on them because they think it makes them look cool, and then it just makes everything smell bad instead. But it is burning coal. That's a very good point. All right, so we should see. This should increase. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so that's what gets loaded in there. This does load very slowly. Do I accidentally have Mark 1 belts anywhere? No, those are all Mark 3s. Maybe that's just the actual speed of that. Oh, I should have gotten back in the car. Well, at any rate, this is about as good as it's going to get. Let's just slide our way back over here. This is actually considerably faster than driving if you do it right. I am probably not the right person to do it correctly. We may actually be gaining ground on this. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go tonight. I was originally only planning like an hour and a half to 2 hours, but we got some good stuff done. Feeling pretty optimistic about the future of this playthrough now that I actually, dedicated more than 20 minutes to trying to do a stream on it. I need to get this hooked up. We'll do that at some other point in time. Woo boy. This might actually give me damage when I come back down. Yep. Oh, also hitting a billboard's not good for your head, but I didn't have to tell you that one. So now we have our steel pipes and our... Oh, you know what? I hooked the wrong one up to... No, I didn't. Oh, okay, the oil processing takes the pipes. This takes the steel beams. That's fine. Yeah, this is waiting on those same steel beams. But these pipes that are going to come in here, just as... Well, we really beat this thing. Those pipes can go into the oil processing milestone, and we will have to build a factory for motors and something for encased industrial beams, which I unfortunately do not think I have time for this evening. But I am very interested to see how this does or does not work. Yep, grab the teleporting crate, bring it in. This should go ahead and just... Yep, that's working out good. This is only going to overflow when this is full. Maybe I should have had... No, it's fine. This won't... Well, hopefully won't back up. This should be able to empty. That wasn't even half of this. So as long as most of this can empty before the thing comes back, I think we'll be in okay shape. The real solution, of course, is to have Mark IV belts going into here, or going out of here, rather. But for right now, I don't know that we have the ability to do that. Anyway, some of these are going in. They're going directly into here. In theory, if we have a steady amount of these beams coming out from here, it should not be able to outpace the inputs, just based on how this is set up. So that seems like it's doing okay. I'm going to put these modular frames in. So that's another 100 and something that are going in there. This honestly seems like it's doing fine as long as they can keep up. Yeah, the stacks of these pipes being 200 does kind of make this difficult. Let's help it along by moving the pipe stacks to the back. Do it right and the jump slide is an incredible way to travel. I agree. Have the jetpack as well and you can fly across the entire map. Any uphill incline does instantly stop the momentum. Yeah, it does. But a slide jumping is really good. Alright, so that I think is safe enough to leave alone for the time being. I should have... Oh, I do have a couple stacks. Let's do that. Let's put those... Because those did come from the factory. I did not hand make those, so that is still legal to put in here. And that's good. I don't want to put these in yet because I want to build a factory and I might need those. But that's working out. Let's go say hi to Gary, and then I'm probably going to have to end for tonight because I do have to do all this other stuff that I constantly find myself saying yes to. Okay, we got Sam. We've got more Sam. Got more of these aluminum casings, and what do you have? 9 computers that I cannot pick up. Why can I not pick up the computers? What is... which ones do I want to get rid of? Well, copper is cheap, so computers are expensive. But having computers is great. I've got, I don't even know how many computers over here, but I do keep these in this little chest. It's not a chest, it's a box. Yeah, I've got 64. I know I put some of them in the, whatever you call it. Awesome Sync. I always want to say... now I don't even remember what I always used to say. There's a mod for Minecraft called Equivalent Exchange. Oh, man. 14 or 15 years ago. That had assigned a value to every single component in the game. And added all these other things. Anyway, it was basically alchemy. You could transmute between different stuff. And let me manually approve this comment real quick. And it was really cool. It was a fun mod. But that... used a thing called the energy condenser, and that's always what I used to call the awesome sync, was energy condenser. It's like, no, it's the wrong game. But I digress. Let's get this. Do I have a thing for Sam? No, I don't. Okay, that can go there. And what else? Honestly, I think we might be okay for a while. Let me just put these alien DNA things through. We'll put those in the awesome sync. And then it might be time to be done. Just as a heads up, there's not going to be a video tomorrow. There hasn't been on Sundays for a while. But I am going to try to stream again, probably Transport Fever 2. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's going to be a evening or afternoon stream. I unfortunately cannot commit to anything at this time. But I do really want to try to stream as much as I can, because one of the main reasons why I said I wanted to take those other series down to 2 a week was so that I could do more streaming. And, you can't do it unless you start. Alright, so that looks good. I got one more coupon. Very, very red evening lighting. Yeah, so I think this is probably about the best possible... Hello, Gary. Best possible place to stop. I did want to see if I was going to get another one of these trucks coming through. I guess the truck is tractor, not truck. I know. It's coming back, and we're still unloading. Is this the first pass or another one? Okay, it came back. Because that was another one of these. I will just manually shuffle this, because I know I have to get those things sorted as much as I can. Copper in real life is not, in fact, cheap. Oh, I know. Copper wire theft is a recession indicator. Lock up your air conditioner units, friends. As a member, I can't control watching the video the moment it comes out, versus when I wasn't a member, I could watch during my morning breakfast and start the day out right with a dose of beavers. Well, as they say, you control the buttons you press. But I do appreciate your enthusiasm and your support genuinely. You've been around a while. Now... if I knew where the tractor was... Okay, it's still on its way out. That's fine. That makes me feel a little bit better about the amount of stuff that is left here. I have... Okay, 2.5 stacks of pipes is pretty good. I'm going to just take out a full stack there. As long as this can keep up, we should be, doing okay. We need 2,500 of these, and this is... well, it's going as fast as it can. And that's about all we can really hope and expect. So yeah, this feels like it is about as good of a spot as it's going to be. It's not showing me the lighting effects until I get closer. Okay, good, those are on. Alright, we'll make one more visit to the dogs. I think it's every 5 minutes they have a chance of getting an item, but it never hurts to check. And then I will bid all of you good night. Just want to see, don't want to hurt the dogs. Oh, no, don't give me to this. Now I want to go to... okay, well, we got our plastic. The plastic was going to be... Ooh, nuclear nobelisks. They're going to be dangerous things. Well, thank you, Gary. Oh, man, now I have the plastic. Now I can actually do stuff. Oh, jeez. All right, what am I doing, and why did I need the plastic? What was that going to be for? Was that, No, it was not that, unless I was going to hand make high speed. No, that's not for that. What in the world was the plastic for? Smokeless powder? No, surely not, because I would not have gone to research that right off the bat. It was not a technology thing. Who remembers... For hard drive... Oh! You're so smart. I am glad you were here. We only need 20 plastic. Alright, well, you know what? I lied. We are going to do one more thing. We are going to go get that hard drive. But I'm not going to wait for it to get researched because that's 10 minutes. Probably should have made more nobelisks too, because I know there was stuff I wanted to blow up here, but that gives us an excuse to come back next time, whenever that is. Whether or not it's tomorrow, I haven't decided. Honestly, I'm very surprised how many people decided to watch Satisfactory. So I know there's a lot of you who are just lurking. Or YouTube is glitching and it's actually only 20 people, but it's telling me 300, in which case that will make me, feel a little dumb. But if you are here and if you have not said anything, I am still very grateful that you chose to spend a little bit of time on your Saturday with me. Come on. Get on the road. All right. So this should be... It's not showing up on my mini-map, but... Oh. That's a power slug we can just grab. How did I just go past this whole time? Come on. No. Let me stand... Ah, that's why. Don't hit me while I'm doing this slug, all right? Good. Let's get out of here. Where is my car? Oh, it was in the weeds. Okay. Camouflage. shows 298 streaming for you too. Wow. You know, I think there's only a couple of Timberborn streams that even passed that amount. I think that was in... Okay, I gotta check the map. Okay, this... Oh, I went the wrong way. New marker. Did I not name this? Oh, that was the, That was the blow up the door. Blow up this wall. I did not hit play on that. But there was a... I think it was update 7... Update 6 or Update 7, I did a stream with the Iron Teeth. I did a stream series that was very popular. Oh, those things respawned. That's annoying. Well, I think it's only one of them. But there was a couple of those streams we had, I think, 400 people in. Alright. Did any of them actually come... Oh, look at that. I do not remember seeing northern lights, or I can't be sure they're northern lights because we don't know what pole we're closer to on this planet. But I digress. 20 plastic. Open it up. Grab the hard drive. And since there is no rule saying we can't, I will build another MAM, and I will start researching this hard drive. And then remove this MAM, remove this crash debris, and that's going to be all she wrote for this area. We'll get back in the car, we'll drive back to the base, and it won't be finished by then, but it'll be that much closer to telling us what's inside. Okay. Oh, I backed into a rock. Oh, they've migrated. Hello, friends. We will never see you again. Goodbye. Oh, unless I can't go over rocks here. Come on. Come on. You don't put rock crawler tires if you're not going to rock crawl. Okay. Give that guy a tap. This thing navigates like a... Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Come on. How are we spinning out on this kind of terrain that should not be possible? Oh well. Now we're out of the cloudy misting zone. Back into this other weird, toxic Halo 3 flood aura type of thing. Okay, this might not have been the smartest place to drive into, but at least I didn't get stuck on a machine. Let's just move this out of the way. Come on. Around and around and around we go. We got concrete over there we don't currently need. Alright, so the truck is parked back there. I am sure I will ask at some point where the truck is. Car, buggy, whatever you want to call that thing. And put the sword away. Yellow power slug, thank you very much, doggo. 12 encased industrial beams, thank you. Iron plates, thank you. And who's left? Which Gary did we not hit? Was that Gary 4? Or is it Gary 1? No, we got all of them. Okay, well, thank you very much. Gary's, thank you. Let's pop these slugs into the... What do you call it? Actually, no, you know what we should do is we should keep some of the slugs in storage so we can multiply them later. That's something that I always forget to do. I'll get the hatcher thing taken care of, make another DNA capsule, stick it in the thing, and then we'll be done. I know, that's the problem. It's like, this and playing Civilization is like, oh, just one more turn. Like, no, 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 no. There's no such thing as just one more turn. 3 boys are super confused how someone else is playing Satisfactory, quote-unquote, on our TV. They also call hogs piglins and like you running into one because they are mean. All right, so your kids play Minecraft, which, good choice. Yes, they are mean. Don't do that in real life. Don't run over pigs in real life. Pigs are very good animals. But in this game, yes. All right, folks, that's all the time I got for today. I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Have a great rest of your Saturday. I might stream again tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, thank you for being you. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you again at some point in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.